They'll tell you people get lost because of exposure, because of bad decisions, because of terrain. They won't tell you about the footprints that stop. They won't tell you about the hikers who say something was pacing them just out of sight. And they definitely won't put this in the official report. Sometimes the forest feels occupied. Welcome back to Nightly Haven. I'm your host, Nikki, and if you like the dark, strange, and unusual, especially the kind that hides in the tree lines, you're exactly where you belong. Tonight is part 2. Last episode, we stayed grounded, searched patterns, weather anomalies, clusters, but now we talk about what people whisper after the cameras turn off. In and around Yosemite National Park, ingenious Miwok legends speak of being called the Hairy Man. Not a tourist attraction, not a campfire joke, a towering human-like creature that lived in the high granite county. Petroglyphs depicted a large, broad figure with long arms have been documented in parts of California attributed to local tribes. Modern hikers call it something else, Bigfoot. Search and rescue volunteers unofficially have described large barefoot tracks found near missing person zones, wood knocks echoing in the valleys, and the feeling of being watched from ridge lines. Is that proof? No, but here's the unsettling overlap. Some of the same ravines where disappearance clusters are also where wildman sightings are most frequently reported. Coincidence? Maybe, but patterns are patterns. Now let's move to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Appalachian folklore doesn't play around. Locals don't always talk about Bigfoot. They talk about something subtler. The not deer. The deer that moves wrong, stand wrong, look at you too long. Its legs bend strangely, its eyes reflect too brightly, it doesn't startle when it should. Hunters, experienced ones, have reported seeing in the fog that triggered a deep, instinctual dread. Not a fear of a predator, recognition that something was off. Now pair that with the missing persons, heavy fog, sudden silence, people found off trail with no memory of how they got there. In folklore, the woods aren't empty, they're layered, and sometimes something mimics what belongs there. Search teams in both Yosemite and the Smokies have mentioned something consistent before storms roll in. The forest goes quiet. No birds, no insects, no wind. Predators cause silence, but so does atmospheric pressure shift. This is where it gets strange. Some survivors of near-missing incidents describe hearing their name whispered, seeing a figure just beyond the tree cover, following what they believe was a familiar voice. One child recovered in the Smokies once told rescuers, "The bear man told me to hide." There are archived cases of children described large hairy figures protecting them. Others describe something leading them deeper. Two very different archetypes, protector or predator. Author David Paulides popularized the idea that National Park Disappearances share eerie similarities under the missing 411 label. While heavily debated and criticized by skeptics, his research highlighted clustering near granite, weather shifts during disappearances, tracking dogs losing scent abruptly, like I said last night, and victims found in previously searched areas. Critics argue confirmation bias, supporters argue suppression, but what matters isn't the conclusion, it's the consistency of the weird details. When enough cases share the same strange elements, people start looking for something other than exposure. Now, let's step carefully. There's a theory, not proven, not documented officially, that deep wilderness acts like a psychological threshold, a liminal space. Not supernatural necessarily, but transitional. You leave civilization's electromagnetic blanket. No cell towers, no constant hum, no artificial lights like I explained last night. The human brain evolved in wilderness, but modern humans aren't adapted to it anymore. So when people report time distortion, feeling pushed off trail, a sudden overwhelming urge to go uphill, is it neurological stress or something interacting with that stress? Appalachian folklore speaks of haints and forest spirits. Western legends speak of wild men. Native traditions speak of beings that dwell between human and animal. Different cultures, same archetypes. Something upright, something watching, something territorial. Officially, there are no cryptids. Unofficially, some rangers and volunteers off record have admitted that certain areas feel wrong. Cold pockets in summer heat. Echoes that don't bounce correctly. The sensation of being followed for miles. Is that suggestibility? Maybe. But experienced outdoorsmen know the difference between imagination and instinct. And instinct is rarely wrong. Here's the most chilling possibility. What if it isn't something that's hunting people? What if it's opportunistic? Nature already distorts you. Weather already isolates you. Exhaustion already breaks you down. If something intelligent lives deep in the wilderness, it wouldn't need to chase. It would just wait. Because eventually, everyone who wanders too far becomes vulnerable. Nature doesn't need walls to trap you, like I said last night. But what if it isn't alone out there? Next time you hike, next time the forest goes quiet, next time you feel watched, don't just check your map. Check your instincts, because some legends don't fade, they relocate. And national parks are very, very large. If you like this darker dive, make sure you subscribe, like, and tell me in the comments. Protector or predator? Until next time, Nightly Haven is signing off. And remember, if the woods go silent, you should too. See you later, guys. Bye.